Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Quote Breakdown. I want to welcome everybody to the show. This is Anthony Minaya speaking. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're listening to this on YouTube or you're watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe. If you are watching this on your favorite podcast platform, please leave a review at the end of it if you find it valuable. That being said, let's talk about today's quote. I posted this today. This is from my notes on my iPhone. From time to time, I like to share from my notes, and these are the things that I write down from my mind on the spot, and then I just share it. This is its rawest, purest form. So let's just get right into it. So I posted today, June 10th, 2019. There is no end to self knowledge. Studying yourself and being able to see the facts without altering it and without discouragement is all the information a serious person needs to make a change. Without knowing yourself or the other knowledge has very little meaning. Now, the caption on this post is for those who actually care, read carefully. And I say this most of the time. Sometimes you hear me say, read with a serious mind. Um, because most people who are scrolling on social media are literally just scrolling down trying to look for the quickest meme, or they're not really serious about the quotes that they see, right? It just has to hit them in some motivating quick motivation way, and then that alone can get them to like it or share it, right? If it's a quick dose of motivation. But when it's something complex, when it's something that you really have to think about, when it's a bit long, some people don't want to read. This is why I say, for those who actually care about my information, or who care about change, or who are serious, who study and appreciate um, the words I speak and the things I say, right? Read carefully, meaning this is for you, especially for people listening to this podcast, where if you're not new to the show, you're listening to each and every single episode. My wish for you guys is to read this and listen to this very, very carefully, because if you're serious about change, this is all the information you need. So, that being said, let's start. So, there is no end to self knowledge. What that means is you're either growing or you're dying, right? And every single day, there is no maintaining in one place. Every single day, you're either growing or you're dying. You're either learning something new through experiences, or you're slowly declining because you're choosing to stay in the same place. Now, there is no end to self-knowledge, meaning you can always learn so much about yourself every single day. It's nonstop, from the food you eat, from the people you talk to, from the things that you're interested in, right? From the music you listen to, from the movies you watch, from the uh, from your habits, your character, who you really are as an individual. You can learn so much about yourself simply by studying and observing who you actually are, right? So there's no end to self knowledge, right? It's not like once you finish a book, you close and that's it. The information is done. No, every single day, every single second, there's something new to learn about yourself, your environment, the people around you, everything that involves you, everything that you're interested in, your thoughts, your mentality, why you're thinking about this, what are you observing, how you react to certain things. It's never ending, right? So if you can study yourself, meaning see who you actually are, look at yourself in the mirror and look at who you really are, and being able to see the facts without altering it, meaning without changing what you see, without saying, if you're lazy and then say, oh, but I'm tired and my knees hurt, and without trying to change it, what you see, look at what it actually is. Study who you actually are. And if you can see the truth without changing it and without getting discouraged, this is a huge part, because people will see the truth and it will discourage them. Therefore, they will stay in this low energy. They have these low vibrations, right? This low energy, meaning it sucks all the passion out of them. It sucks all the enthusiasm out of them. So they're stuck in this low energy, getting massively discouraged about what they see and what's actually going on. So they stay in the same place. And then now, what does that person do in that situation? Someone who's massively discouraged from the truth, they live in illusion. They seek illusion. They seek fantasy. They want to be told things that they want to hear, right? Just to give them that quick dose of dopamine and the feeling of, oh, I just want to be happy. And they start focusing on happiness when happiness is not the way. Happiness is temporary. So, you heard me say before, if you're a fan of the show, that the pursuit of pleasure leads to more pain. This is how it starts, right? Where you can see the facts, but then you try to change it up. And then you're like, oh, maybe that's not right. Maybe that's not true about myself. And then you get discouraged from the things that you actually saw, right? The things that you see about yourself, the reality of the situation, the amount of money that's in your bank account, the people you're around, the moves you're making, your habits, your character, what are you interested in, the things you do on a day-to-day basis, how you talk to yourself, right? How you look in the mirror, the way you look, right? What you care about, all these things, like every single detail about who you actually are. If you can see it without altering it and without discouragement, this is all the information you need in order to make a real change. Once you see the truth, right? Once you see reality and you are serious about change, this is all you need to know. I just need to know who I am. And change happens in an instant. Change happens literally right now. If you wanted to change your life, you can, right? Because you see what's the actual problem. You see the overall problem, what's going on, because you observed yourself. You studied yourself. You paid close attention to who you actually are. And you didn't get discouraged about it because okay, now you're currently aware, and this is the information that you need in order to change. If we know that the past doesn't exist and the future hasn't came yet, it doesn't exist, the only thing that matters, it's now. That means I can literally make a decision to change the course of my life forever if I really wanted to. Now, this is not something to say to make yourself feel better about your situation. This is facts. Like what I say now, and you hearing this, you can literally go on and change your life with this type of information if you wanted to. But most people don't. Most people don't, because most people are not serious. And they get discouraged. It's very hard for them to not get discouraged from what they actually see. And most of the time, they will see that a lot of the things they're doing, a lot of the moves they're making, they have chosen to make this move. But you can only see that if you are close to reality. See, if the mind's occupied with illusion, if the mind's occupied with fantasy, it's impossible for the mind to see reality. Can't see what's going on because it's occupied. It's distracted. It doesn't see itself. So if you can see it without changing it, without discouragement, without the fantasies, without the illusions, you can truly change, and you can truly make a change, a serious change, and change your life for the better. Now, without knowing yourself, without knowing who you actually are, because you live in so much illusion, you live in so much fantasy, right? You ignore it, you distract yourself so much. All the other knowledge has very little meaning. You can't learn it. You can't. It doesn't matter what else you learn; it will go right over your head. First of all, you can't be you can't even apply the information. Let's say, for example, you want to learn financial education. You want to learn to get rich. You can't. You won't even be able to apply that information without knowing yourself. The financial education will go right over your head. You won't even make the moves. Even someone tells you exactly what it is that you need to do, you won't even do it. Even when it comes to health wise, you can learn the health information, how to eat right, and you can read it with your own two eyes. You can look at it straight at the face, straight. You can read it from the books, right? You can stare at it. It's right in your face. And even as you read the words, it will not make sense. It will go right over your head. You would do what you would naturally do anyway, right? If you're not serious, you'll go back to your old habits because you haven't studied yourself. You don't know who you are. So this other information, it doesn't matter. We can tell you how to market yourself if you're a business owner. We can show you how to eat healthy. We can show you the workout routines. Whatever it is you want to learn, you will never apply it. It will go right over your head because you don't know the most important thing. You don't know yourself. You don't know who you actually are. So if you're a serious person, which I'm assuming you are, hopefully you are. Hopefully, if you're someone who listens to this and you're a fan of the show, if you're someone who is serious about change, then this is all the information you need. You can literally go out and create a new lifestyle for yourself. You listen to this, you observe yourself, you apply the information, and watch how much your life changes. That being said, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. YouTube, show me some love. I appreciate you guys. And if you're listening to this on your favorite podcast platform, please leave a review if you found this episode valuable. And I shall see you guys next time. Peace.